Spent yesterday all day at a coaching workshop. Shout out to Strategic Coach. Amazing workshop that we had yesterday. I was around millionaires. We're gonna have a lot of monsters today, and we're gonna have a killer event. Right now we're gonna go pick up Dmitry as well, so we can get that day started. We're gonna shoot this podcast, and we already have 120 people, by the way, registered. Probably not gonna be enough food, but who cares? It's gonna be a great time. So let's do it. Let's rock it. Let's go. Bye. One thing I like to say about Dmitry, as someone who was born from Cuban immigrants, as someone who is married to a Cuban immigrant, it's very exciting to see somebody who has been able to come from Russia as an immigrant. I don't know his whole story. We're going to ask him in the podcast, but you know, he came from Russia and he came to the United States and has really made something of himself. So very, very impressive. I respect the guy a lot. He had a little beef with public adjusters, which I think is how we got here. But I think we both respect each other very much, and it should be a really, really cool day. Next shot is going to be of Dmitry, and now. You're dressed all professional and stuff.
How are you, man?
Nice to see you, man. Good to meet you.
How are you?
What's this? Oh, bam! Woo! Look at that. That is killer. The one and only Dmitry Lipinskiy is here in sunny Florida, huh?
It's very sunny. I don't see no snow.
How is the weather in Minnesota right now?
I have some snow. It was raining yesterday, but I have a huge pile of snow on my back there. But for 2 years, I promoted job news CRM for free. Never asked for a penny. But I knew they get a lot of clients from it because I did tutorials. I mentioned them. So I came to them and was like, would you like to sponsor me? Sure, how much? I'm like, $5,000 a month. Like, done. Like, we'll just have it.
Yeah.
So I got my first deal, and today I have 18 sponsors.
That's awesome. And then I moved here, and I had a little bit of extra time in my hands because I was trying not to sign many claims in Miami. I wanted to sign more claims in Tampa, but I had to network, I had to get out there. But obviously, networking, there was a lot more downtime that I had. So I was like, I had a YouTube travel channel with my wife, and I'm like, you know what? I said, I look up public adjuster on YouTube. I'm like, nothing. Some guys who had a camera in their phone that just didn't look right.
You can do it professionally.
I know what I'm doing. I said, so I set up my DSLR. I put the little microphone like that up there, and I just shot it. No edits because I didn't want to edit it. So I was like, the first episode, I was like, this is gonna be raw and uncut. Bullshit. It's just because I didn't want to edit it. So I shot every Wednesday. We came out with another video, and then it just turned into something. But the problem was, after it actually turned into something, after about 500 subscribers or so, almost like 1,000, I'm like, this is actually turning into something. So I talked to my partner, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get out. And he's like, all right, no problem. So then I started my own firm. But here's the issue that I'm having now, is I'm sort of growing both at the same time.
So I was gonna say Vince is my favorite YouTuber, but he writes me checks. So. All right, my man. So listen, for people that are doing the content creation stuff, right? Top 3 things that you see people screw up when they're trying to make their content.
Number 1, make it all about themselves. Number 2, sell in almost every video. Just sell too much. And number 3, give up when they don't see the views. Your first 100 video will suck. You just have to keep going. If you're making it for the views, you will never be successful. Make 100 videos and then analyze the data.
That's it.
He knows.
The man himself.
He knows. I kind of know, but not as much as these guys. So.
So we just did the Claims Game podcast with Dmitry, and now we're gonna go hop on a roof. Figured that's what he does, that's what he knows. I know a very little bit about it, not nearly as much as him, and let's see if we can continue to provide some more value and get this thing moving and going. All right, so let's go. Come on. Everybody loves the contractor right to repair. Obviously, that's what the insurance company is trying to do. They're trying to put their contractors on it, but you know, as a whole, as advocates, we're trying to see what we can do to see if that's an actual requirement that they have to do, if they're going to abide by everything that they have to abide by so that the homeowner is actually happy with those contractors, because obviously the homeowner would prefer Magnum Roofing, as I would, to actually do the roof. So it's not done yet. We're still in the middle of the claim, right? But you know, ultimately we're going to see what we're going to do. But what I wanted here is to have Ed show us a little bit about what kind of damage we're looking at, and I'd like for Dmitry to take a look at it to see if, you know, this is the kind of claim that, you know, we do need full roof replacement and it needs to go on. So let's go. All right, we got some crease shingles right over here. Okay, well, show us around. It's you the one who's we got a missing shingle right over there.
South side sustained the most damage. Got a few missing tabs, definitely a lot of missing ridge cap, and creases all around.
I would not want to put my name on it. It's how are you gonna repair it? To replace that one shingle, you have to disturb such a big area. Right. This roof is at the end of its life. Granules lost, shingles are shattered. You have so many problems. By the time you're done with it, it's not even cost efficient.
Not repairable?
No. Too old, too brittle. Like, I mean, first of all, the shingle, the roof by itself is at the end of its life. So let's say you have a car that has 250,000 miles. Would you put new engine in it? Probably. Or would you spend $8,000 to fix existing ones? So by the time you do all of this stuff, I mean, if it costs more, but you're also jeopardizing to damage more because they're already breaking in your hands essentially, and no match and all of that problems. They just, logically speaking, it's not a good decision.
The issue we're having is a preferred contractor. So what we try to do is we're going to make sure that if they're going to send this contractor out, that they are abiding by everything that they need to be abiding by. They have to have workers' comp. They have to have all insurances that they need to have for the company. They have to make sure that I want background checks on each of the employees that they're going to be putting in there. I want to make sure that they're going to be putting a bathroom, an outdoor porta potty, to make sure that they're not going inside the house with their dirty feet. So we're going to make sure that that contractor that they're coming out with, whether it's that one or another one that they want to choose, is up to our standards. We had breakfast. We went and had a podcast. We were on a roof. I mean, that's enough for a full day. We should just go home, right? No! We are here in Tampa. It's the meetup. We've got a couple special guests. Not just one, actually two that showed up that I was very surprised about. We've got Dmitry Lipinskiy and Jason Burg here. It's becoming a pretty awesome thing. People are rolling in right now. I mean, we're doing this all over the state. We're going to eventually be doing it all over the country. Take a look at the website, commercialclaimsadvocate.com. You can get more information, because if you are in this industry, public adjuster, contractor, or attorney, you need to be in this room. So enjoy. We even have some former students that want to take the lead in their hometown. Okay. And, you know, sort of use us as you know, help with the marketing. We've spent almost 2 years now really trying to grow this thing. We've already gotten this up to a certain point that, you know, you could use our marketing push to help your event. Ultimately, what I want you to be aware of, what I want you to focus on, is what this event is all about. Yeah. It's the only event that we have in this industry that brings everybody on the same side together.
I came all the way to Tampa to see you, man.
Love it, baby. I love it. You gotta watch out for these two guys. These two guys are trouble, okay? Which means we're gonna have an excellent night tonight. That's exactly what that means. Did you hear that? Did you catch that? Say that again.
Everything that you have given me, Vince, has made me who I am today.
Look at that. Look at that. There's not enough seats. I don't think so. So if you're in the roofing industry, if you're in the restoration contractor industry, if you're in the YouTube industry, chances are you know this guy, Dmitry Lipinskiy. Thank you so much for coming out, and knock him out.
When you change your mentality, and when you will be open-minded, you will build any brand. I don't care what it is that you do. I love this kind of events. This is my favorite. I see people meeting. I mean, I have like 3 or 4 people came to me who's just starting the journey of how it's the best time in business. That first year, it's the coolest. You have that adrenaline, and bless your heart. Headaches are common, you know, but the first year, you just don't know yet how hard it's going to be. But first year is exciting. It's better than a full-time job anywhere else. So don't be transactional. with people who are door openers. That's all I have for you.
That's good.
The bar raising, we keep moving it up. Ain't no surprises here, they knew it was us. Apologies if I was doing too much, but I always came through in the clutch. I got faith restored, why you pushing the brakes? I ain't full of myself, boy, I'm full of mistakes. I came from humble and rude.
That's it. Go home. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
And in the mirror, I used to work on my handles, and now it's handles of liquor. I'll write these songs in a dark room, the candle will flicker.
We made a tab on our CRM that says Vince Perri referral because I want to pull reports. I'll tell you.
Are we live?
Yeah. Nobody better to give back to the brewery. I was a brewer myself. I learned a lot from him, and I retired before he even started teaching me. The man, the myth, the legend. Look him up.